Greetings, it's Drawn Sword coming to you again from New Zealand with part 2 of the sword and sorcery drawings. This is another piece that I recently finished with a warrior character moving into like a sorcerer's lair up in this tall piece here in the background where I'm imagining a sorcerer has his lair up inside this. It's sort of like a big head with these slits sort of representing eyes or windows, and then if you can make it out, there's these teeth like jagged rock formations coming down, and there's this stairway rising up inside it, going up along here, and you see the last bit going up there, and there is some stairs going up the top here. I mean, maybe this is some place where he does his ceremonies, and there's a circle on top there. Now this piece just started out as a bit of a abstract bunch of shapes that I eventually made into something, and added this warrior with his sword drawn and heading up into it like he's out to slay this evil sorcerer. There's a bunch of skulls stacked in the entranceway here, and yeah, this is all done with graphite pencil, and something that I probably did in a couple of sittings, maybe 3 sittings, apart from the initial sketch, just throwing stuff down in the sketchbook. You look back over all these sketches and you think, oh yeah, I could add this, and just go to town on it and make it into something, and that's what I've done really. Unusual sculptural type shapes in it to make it more interesting. Another piece I finished is this one that was seen in a previous video where it was still in sketchbook form. And oh no, actually I think I showed it almost finished well, and it was kind of inspired by Dan Seagrave, a death metal cover artist, although he works in oil paints. He has a lot of ruinous architecture in his works, and just kind of bleak looking landscapes. But I actually decided to not have a character. I usually have a character somewhere in my piece, but in this one, I guess the trees are the characters, but I was hoping to get that ruinous atmospheric look to it. I actually named the piece Desolate Ruins of a Land of Depravity. So quite enjoyed making that one. A lot of organic shapes, and even with the stone works, it just kind of has an organic feel, which I like. Yeah, also in another sketchbook here, I've got a couple of pieces in here to show you. This is a piece that I just randomly started drawing, probably the head and I didn't know what I was going to draw, and this is just what come out of one sitting. And some of my pieces actually do come out like that, where I'll just start drawing a shape and I'll just keep adding shapes, and as soon as my mind begins to see something in it, then I make it that, and build the whole piece. And each sitting I'll add something, I'll think of something new to add to it to tell the story. But this has only had one sitting. So far he's just like this hunter looking for something down in this deep cavernous underground layer. He's being cautious, and he's some kind of skillful warrior, some alien type race. I did some years ago. It's an older piece, this. It's actually from 2020, and it ties in with the sword and sorcery drawings. It's kind of set on another world. This in the background, these things here, was actually something I found on the beach locally, and I thought it made like a cool alien tree, so I added it in. So if you've got a beach locally that has a lot of driftwood and bits and pieces that wash up, you can actually find some really interesting shapes that you can use in fantasy art, to give you new ideas. I've actually got it sitting up here on the windowsill. It's probably a bit covered in dust, but just to give you an idea of the piece. Try and show it here. Just something like that, and things like that can really aid your artwork. I've got many exotic looking bits of driftwood that I've put in the backgrounds of my pieces, or made them an upfront feature. Here's another piece I did coming up from 2020 in the sword and sorcery vein. This one went through a couple of sketchbook entries, and then I kind of redid it again. I think I did this scene, a couple of times, but once was just a loose sketch, which I still have. But I quite like how the mist is coming through here quite soft. Here's another piece from 2020. You see down here this treasure. What did I call this piece? Quest for the treasure of the cavern serpent. So that's the cavern serpent, and this warrior's going for the treasure down there. Pretty basic storyline. Had a lot of fun drawing that. Probably just started out as a random sketch, this one. I think I just started drawing that warrior, and then I must have just imagined this creature behind him and he's about to swing around and slash it, and then I added the treasure and why he was there and all that. There's also this piece which I did in 23. This is in graphite pencils. I thought this fitted the sword and sorcery theme as well, even though it was done for my bounty hunter book. You know, it could go both ways. There's a warrior here, cloaked warrior. I called this piece Skullant's Fortune. Skullant's Fortune. So he's after the fortune that these Skullants have somewhere in there. And he's out to find it. Maybe there's a bounty on it. I love drawing organic plant life, you know, trees and roots, and whenever I start penciling shapes like that, I end up making forests, or, you know, a whole lot of organic growth. And you know, I think the idea of these tree skulls just kind of evolved as I was sketching it, and I don't think I went into it knowing I was going to draw that. These things just come out in the natural process. Yeah, so thanks for watching.